They all be saying the same thing every time I do these health consultations. They be like, "Rah, why he be coming quick?" That's what I want to try to figure out. Like, why he be coming quick? Like, why my man be like releasing so easily? I'm trying to figure this out. And, they try to act all innocent and try to act like they don't really care, but at the same time, they're a little bit upset, and they try to let the brothers off the hook, cool and everything. But man, really, these women be like pissed off when you come quick, bro. They be pissed off because you're not like in tune with their sexuality, and you are looking at their sexuality as your sexuality. See, you are like I teach people, and I probably said this videos back. Your sex drive is linked into what's called direct current. I like to equate sex to energy because basically sex is like my man D Herbs talk about, or D Help Story talks about. Man, that's the business he owns. He says sex is a sacral energy exchange. Sacral energy exchange. Sacred energy exchange. And that's what you're doing. You exchange energy during sex, and a female sex drive is like what's called AC. It's alternating current. A male sex drive is what you would call DC. It's direct current. A male goes from cold to hot within. A male can go from cold to hot within 2 minutes. A female may take 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It just depends on what you're doing to her, of course. But at the end of the day, a female may take a little bit longer. But once she gets there, she could stay there for days sometimes. And she doesn't know it, and then you wonder why she's acting like a bitch, or you wonder why she's acting all evil, or something like that. Now, sometimes, females may have other issues, but a lot of times maybe you just wasn't hitting it right, or maybe you was hitting it right, but it just didn't last long enough, or it's just different levels to it, and and it's on the female too, though. At the same time, I'm going to talk about the females because a male lasting long is partly it takes two to tango, but the male definitely has to be in control at the end of the day. Like it ain't no party if the male can't hold back and if he's not in control. But at the same time, the females, they it takes them a little bit longer to get there, but once they're there, and then and once you're gone, it's like you're gone, and if you can't go any longer, it's like wow, like you can't go any longer type of thing. Um, so yeah, you at the end of the day, there's no herbs or anything of that nature that's gonna help you last longer. I'll say that again. There is no herbs or anything of that nature that's gonna help you to last longer. Now, you can buy herbs to help you to get it up. You can buy herbs to help the erection be more firmer, fuller, stronger. But at the end of the day, you get into some good, what I'm saying? You get into some good pussy, just keeping it real. And it gets to feeling good, and if you ain't got control up here, you finna bust. You finna bust. And I'm gonna bring the balance to it. I'm gonna bring the balance to it to take up for the brothers because I'm not here to bash men or women. Like this is definitely it's educational, but yeah, at the same time it has to be entertaining because people in these days ain't finna just sit here and listen to nothing. That's straight up boring on an educational tip. You gotta bring some flavor. You gotta bring some swag or whatever you want to call it. I mean, you gotta turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like to get people to like listen to you. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. But yeah, that's how female sex drive works. There's things you can do maybe afterwards if you do bust, but I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you ain't really using that magic stick, like like Lil Kim and them call it, or if you ain't using that magic wand like we call it in the metaphysical community, she may just lose interest in the whole sexual experience period, or she can still get off, and you can still use your lips and your tongue and all of that type of stuff. I mean, you can still get her off. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like your magic wand, and I have to teach on these things. So what I want to do here is that this stuff was taught in the pyramids. Like this was a secret, man. Like they didn't just give people these jewels, and I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like I can't tell you everything, bro. Like You want to know all the secrets. You hit me up and we can talk about a consultation or something like that. But at the end of the day, even if I give you a consultation and tell you these things, men be having egos, and you start telling them about certain sexual tactics, man. Oh, you already knew that. But then at the end of the day, you coming to me saying that you're still having problems in that area. Like you're coming to me, but then you're saying like you already knew that type of thing. So it's like, yo, if you already knew it, then why are you even getting advice on it? Like type of thing. So it's like you just here to try to see if my tactics are better than yours or some shit like that. And it's like you need to be using that on your woman. Like, don't I don't need that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. But there are some tactics that you can use, and one thing I'll hip you guys on to here will be the perineum gland. I have to hip you onto the perineum gland, and there's a male G spot, and just like females have a G spot, males have a G spot, and you can access that G spot via the perineum gland. You don't have to go out here and get anal sex, because I mean a lot of there's males out here that feel like they got to get anal sex, and I'm just keeping it real. They're not gonna tell you this stuff like. You know what I'm saying? There's males feel like they got to get anal sex or whatever just to feel that G spot type of feeling or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm speaking of males getting penetrated by other males or letting a female use a dildo on you or whatnot, so that you can stimulate that G spot. But you don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like you can go through use your perineal gland and use this finger right here, and when you get in the moment and you finna climax. And there's a whole art to it. There's more to it than that. But if you feel like you're finna climax, push up on that perineal gland, and at the same time, take a deep breath through your nostrils. You take that deep breath through your nostrils, and you're pushing up on a perineal gland. That's gonna send that energy that's blocked. See, what happens is when you about to ejaculate, the energy is stuck below the navel. So what you want to do is push on that perineal gland, send that energy up and out the crown. And then what you're going to do when you do that is she's going to feel it. You're going to send it to her, that she's going to get more turned on, and she's going to give it back to you, and you're going to be able to go longer. And then you guys are going to keep exchanging energy over and over again, and you can go at this longer than if you was just to like, bang, 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 fucking a woman and doing all of that. And don't get me wrong, some males can go wrong. They be switching positions and just going hard and penetrating the female hard. But a lot of times a female ain't going to really orgasm as hard when you fucking her like that. Now, a female does want to be strike, because fuck means to strike hard. That's all it really means. So it's not a curse word for people to think these are curse words. But of course I'm going to put a disclaimer for people that just, don't want their children or whatever hearing stuff like this. At least the disclaimer's up there. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a bad word or a curse word. So like some females do like to be fucked. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's a time females' energy goes through cycles, so you got to kind of slow it down, speed it up, type of thing. Like you can't just boom, 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 bang out, bang out, bang out, and think that you're going to get results. What you guys have to remember is there's a lot of females. I'm gonna address this part on the female side. I'm gonna just speak to the male, and I'm gonna speak to the females about some things, and then I'll shut down. So that's how you got to do it. It's like a tactic, and it's like you really, for real, are going to war. Because it's like the way her body is designed. Yeah, of course she wants you to bust. That's what her body wants, semen. She wants to reproduce. So yeah, it's designed for you to bust early. I mean, it definitely is. So don't feel bad if you do. Now I'll go ahead and switch over to the females now. And then you females may just have met a male, and you let them like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let him hit once and just see if it's okay. And it's like, if it ain't good, I ain't messing with him no more. And then you let him hit once, and he might only last 5 minutes, and you all mad and all upset. But what if this guy was like, ain't had none in a minute, just got out of jail, or he was celibate and just wasn't really messing with the females like that. And, you really didn't give him a chance or whatever to like get his rhythm going. You let him hit once and you are frustrated. And then you're like, well, he busted too early. How come he came so quick? You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave him a shot. I ain't doing it no more. I was frustrated and irritated. See, females get all into their emotions. You got to get a brother. Sex for men is based, it's like character. You have to encourage the male. The female has to encourage the male during sex. You see, it's not just about you laying there and thinking that, the male just got to do all the work. Like, I'm giving him this good vagina. That's all that matters. He getting some of this, and that's all, that's all that really matters. I don't have to do nothing but just lay here because I got this and it's wet. And that's all I got to do. But it's like, nah, this is a language. Sex is. If you want to get into some real good sex, like your females say they want to do it, but y'all scared, A lot of times because a lot of females have been abused, a lot of females have been molested, and I understand that. And they have a lot of barriers and blockages up with sex. Like a lot of females never even felt their body and felt the different type of orgasms that they can have because they have sexual barriers and blockages, and they're not what you would call really liberated. And they think they are because they going around messing with women and stuff with other women, and you like get licked by a woman a certain kind of way and be like, man, a man can't do this, so I'm just gonna mess with these females. That's just a safe zone. Because if you get you a good magic stick, man, I could take a woman that thinks she like males. I mean, I ain't trying to brag on myself, but let the energy be right, and we feeling each other like that, and it's like I'm really with her, and I could take a female that feels like she like, and the females that don't even like males, and change her, man. That's how I feel, because I feel like a lot of that's going on in that with the women in the so-called homosexual community. And I'm not against gays. If that's what you do and that's what you really like, cool. I'm not against that. But I'm saying you really haven't explored your spirituality and your sex. Your spirituality is directly linked to sex. Everything about spirituality revolves around sex. And people don't want to say this, and they don't even talk about sex a lot of times in churches and religious institutions. It's very taboo, and this is because they don't want you to be spiritual. You see, like most in religion, it's all about doctrine and dogma, and piousness and morality. They're not trying to get you in tune with that that Kundalini serpent. They ain't trying to get you in tune with that, because I'm gonna do a video on a snake in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But they ain't trying to get you in tune with that inner snake in you. They want you to be up under control, and they know that dogma and doctrine and philosophies and all that keeps you up under control. So that's why I got to come with a video like this here and there, and I got to come the way I come, because I'm trying to break down the control grid. You see, like I'm trying to break the control factor that's in our society, and you do that by being chaotic. So you listen to my videos, you just look at it like you're about to listen to some chaos again, because chaos comes before order. At the end of the day, if we want a new world order, no Illuminati type shit or whatever you guys are thinking. So if you want a true new world order, which is a new world, you got to bring chaos first. The chaos got to come. It's got to come. So back to the point, they don't really talk about sex. So females, have been abused, molested, have sexual barriers. They don't trust males because they might have opened themselves up to a male and got some really good sex out of a male and made love, if you want to call it making love, and made love to a male and opened themselves up in such a way and then got hurt because the man went out and used it on somebody else or whatever. Females do have, when they open themselves up. So if you really want to open female, you want to really experience real good sex, you should try to be committed to that female. And I'm gonna say that too. Like, don't go out here doing this, this putting this down, because that's what my teacher used to call it, putting the down on all these females. Unless you're trying to get murked, because you start opening up a bunch of females like that, you asking to get killed. Like, I'm talking about giving them real, not just going around. You got these guys that think they players and they just going around fucking females. And like, yeah, I fucked like 10 girls this week type shit. Like, yeah, you fucked 10 girls this week. You ain't really made love to 10 women this week. You ain't really even had no good sex yourself. You ain't even never had an orgasm. Speaking to the male, you don't even know what it's like to have an orgasm. You can have orgasms and still keep going. You don't have to bust a nut to get sensation. You don't know what that's about because you going around here fucking and you playing with females' emotions. So like when you get into this sexual Tao, what we like to call it, you can't play with the females though. It's better to be in a committed relationship, seriously. Or if you one of those males that, got enough sexual prowess and you got more than one wife or more than one woman on your team or whatever the case may be, or your woman, you guys are in an open relationship, that's different. Because everybody knows what's going on. But don't be out here sneaking around and using this energy on just all these different females and think that ain't something finna happen to you, because it's something finna happen to you. Females, they start getting it like that, it's gonna make her, like react a certain kind of way. She's gonna love you, but at the same time, she's gonna make sure you up under control, because she like, I don't want that to get away. Like it's a feel good feeling, and you can't get mad. We only human, so you can't get mad. She's gonna go through her experiences where she's gonna control you, and she like, I don't want that to go. I don't want you sharing that with nobody else. Type of thing. And it's like, especially to go around and sneak around and do it. Now after a while, once you guys start doing it for like months and years, it's different levels to it. But this is what I've heard from from my teachers, because I haven't been with a woman and experienced it for like years on out. I mean, I've been with women and went through these sexual emotions, and then the relationship may last a year or 2 years or something like that. But I never have been in it like years on out. But I hear that like once you get into like years of it, then it's like you become so open, and the female may decide, like you guys are so sexually open that you may decide, okay, let's try to go ahead and teach some other people. You may get into the whole open relationship thing, which is okay as long as everybody knows. You see, but it goes through cycles. You can't just get a new relationship and after 6 months you doing the sexual dial thing and then you just pull back. You can't do that. You can't do it. It doesn't work like that. Or you keep doing it, but then you go and use it on someone else, and then you think she ain't gonna be able to pick it up in your energy, because when you have sex with someone else, the female knows she's gonna be able to sense it in your energy and how you moving and the stuff that you're doing, because you're gonna have to do different stuff to this other female that you're messing with. So it's just about being open and about being honest about what you're doing or whatnot. And if you in a situation like I said where the female's cool with it, then fine. So at the end of the day, females, I mean, you have to work on sexually encouraging the male, but you also going to have to work on encouraging yourself once and really opening up yourself once you feel like you have met a man and you feel like he's definitely worthy and he's a good man, and you're going to have to open yourself. You can't like stay closed and be in a different relationship and try to stay closed up. Just don't get in a relationship. Don't even open your legs up. You may have to take some time to be celibate. Celibacy is good for females, because you got a lot of females, they'll like get out of a relationship, but then they still want to be around here, sleeping around here with other men and shit like that, and think that you helping yourself. You hurt yourself even more, because you closing yourself up even more to having a great sexual experience. So he might bust quick because too, and I'll say this, he might bust quick because of the fact that he feels like it ain't really all that good, or he ain't feeling the energy. Yeah, sometimes he could be a male that can go to the extra mile and could have went. You know, I don't know how long you guys like it. I mean, I hear really you really only got to give a woman a good 30 minutes for the most part to give her multiple orgasms. So it don't really got to be long, fellas. Like it don't got to be the 3 hours and stuff. I mean, you can go that long, like once you get into those type of sessions. But for a female to be truly pleased, it don't got to be no 3 hours or even an hour. If you moving right and grooving right, you give her about a good 30 minutes, she good. And she might want some more later on that night or something. But I'm just saying for that session, she's straight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so as far as like the women is concerned or whatever, you gotta open yourself up. You gotta open yourself up, um and if a male senses blockages, that's gonna create frustration. And a male can go ahead and just let go and say, man, I'm gonna just bust this nut real quick and go to sleep or whatever. Like I ain't trying to go through all this with her because she tripping or X, Y, and Z, and just get frustrated because sex, for a male, like I said, he needs encouragement. So both parties have to play out a certain role for this to work. Back to the males, you have to give her good foreplay as well. Like a lot of males ain't really up on that foreplay. And you think, because a lot of males like, man, she wasn't really even all that wet, or she didn't, like she didn't. Like some of these females, they like, they got some real good pussy or whatever, and they be squirting and everything. So males get addicted to that, and then you like might get with another female that don't really, like don't really squirt, don't really get as wet, and it's like you got to do stuff to get her to that point. Because remember, she takes a while to build up. She has accelerating sexual energy, so when she's high and really horny, then you can fuck her real fast and do all of that because she's feeling it. But then you got to know her energy's going to go back down if you want to keep the move going, so you got to drop down the energy a little bit. And this is getting into some of my more advanced tactics, so like I said, I'm not going to talk about too much of that. So, yeah, I just wanted to drop that jewel, man. Put it out there, so ain't nobody else talking about it. Nobody else talking about this stuff. Stuff is all in Hinduism. Shout out to the Hindus out there because they talk about it, and it's all in like a lot of the Eastern philosophies. In Egypt, they kept it a secret. They didn't reveal the sexual or yoga. They didn't even reveal yoga publicly in Egypt, even though they taught yoga. But they were strict. They're like, we ain't teaching people this because the world could at the same time lose it if this isn't done up under discipline, because you could have a lot of people, like I said, that go around using this on a bunch of people haphazardly and end up having a bunch of people's kundalinis waking up. And if your kundalini wake up prematurely, and say for instance you ain't really eating the right foods and you don't really know nothing about spirituality and you have a Kundalini awakening moment, you liable to lose it and go fucking crazy because you don't know what's going on. You can go crazy with that sexual energy too. Like, I remember one session I came out feeling like, that's my significant other, like I came out feeling like I was like invincible. Like I go out here and knock a nigga out the fuck out and he ain't gonna do shit to me. Like I was feeling like that. Like can't nobody touch me. Felt like I was on some, you know what I'm saying, like Scarface sniffing some coke or something. I don't do coke. I don't even smoke weed anymore. I don't do any of that anymore. So that's how I felt, but that was just because of the fact that that sexual energy, man, like had me loco. Like the Kundalini had me going. But I mean, I knew what was going on, so I was just talking shit. Like I wasn't really about to go out there and do it because I knew what was going on. But let a person that's like not really conscious and not really don't have certain things up under control with their diet and their health, they're liable to go out here and go crazy. So the world will go crazy, and that's why Egypt didn't really teach it publicly, and that's why I'm not going to teach you like everything, because there's more stuff that you got to really do, to be honest with you. And females and males alike, I'll tell you guys, there's definitely more to it than what I'm saying on this video. Um, a lot more to it. But this is just the beginning. Base is just kind of addressing the issue and the problem and putting it out there because it needs to be addressed, especially in the spiritual communities. And I feel like most people that watch my videos are more spiritually mature anyway. So I don't think I have a lot of people because they think I'm crazy anyway. Like most people that are normal and regular, they probably think I'm nuts anyway. So they don't watch my videos anyway, which is cool because then I can just be myself. It's all about being yourself and just say the stuff I want to say without really having to explain things to a lot of people. And I'm starting to see that I really don't have to explain as much as I do sometimes. I mean, I get newcomers, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, people already had teachers or been taught certain things. And by the time they get to my channel, they done heard enough, you know. so, so it's time to go into the more advanced teachings and talking about stuff like this. So, yeah, man, female, that's basically why he's coming too quick. Encourage him. Males, take your time. Listen to Sexual Seduction by Snoop Dogg. That'll help you out tremendously. Just listen to the song. Play the song while you're making love. Try that out. I'm going to go ahead and shut down. Leave you with 13, 13, 13. Wisdom.